double up, triple up, make assists. Ballin' so hard you can play your lead to the lake.
All right, guys, welcome back to Keith's Hot Takes. And today's episode, I got my guy Steven joining me to talk about All American Season 5. It's number 2 on Netflix right now. So, Steven, first off, how you doing today, bro?
I'm good, bro. How about you?
I'm doing good. So, first we're gonna talk about some of the biggest storylines during Season 5. And probably one that probably went on throughout the whole season was the Coach Garrett bounty scandal. So, Steven, what are your thoughts about this bounty scandal that went on at GAU?
Um, when they explained it, it made a lot of sense. Especially with the guy like when he wasn't playing too much, and then like all of a sudden he just kind of got like more playing time. Um, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect it though. But like knowing Coach Garrett and his character throughout the show, it didn't surprise me. But yeah, like that's I don't want to say that it's common in like sports or like at least football, but it does happen every now and then. So I feel like that was kind of like realistic to what happens in like the real world for real.
Most definitely. And like you were saying, the receiver Isaiah Winfield, he lost his scholarship to Spencer, and that's why
Mhm.
the coach had targeted him for the bounty, because he really didn't have much to lose. He was kind of like a vulnerable guy. He couldn't really afford not to do what the coach was telling him to do. And I found it ironic. He said him and coach they practice it, and he wanted him to do that to Chomps Taylor, who was just killing their offensive
Yeah,
line. He looked like Lawrence Taylor out there. It was
real,
ironic
bro.
he was wearing 56. And and then he did earn a scholarship for hurting Chomps Taylor. And
Yeah,
then Isaiah was starting to weigh on him because it turns out that Chomps Taylor probably may never play football again because of the chop block that Isaiah did on him. And it's a reason it's outlawed in football because it can, damage somebody's knee.
just like
Um,
that.
so next, we had, Coach Kenny now taking over the program after Coach Garrett resigned on National Signing Day, and he was surprised because he really wasn't sure what was going on. So how do you think Coach Kenny is going to do at GAU now, even though they're going to probably have to deal with some severe penalties from this bounty scandal? How do you think things are going to play out with Coach Kenny as the coach now?
I actually think that's a good fit, and the reason why I say that is because he resonates with Spencer and Jordan a lot. And we all know that those two are like the captains of the team, so they have a lot of say so with the team, and like they have um, a lot of leeway with them too. So they kind of set the tone for games and practices and workouts and all that. So I feel like that can be like a great asset. That them like Coach Kenny and Spencer and Jordan having that connection, because then he can talk to them about how to reach the players. Because one like everybody knows like a coach, of course, can reach the players, but with like a team, they can reach each other. So having that asset and having that leadership there, I feel like that could be a good fit for him for real.
Yes, and like the team when they were kind of bickering, I think it was on episode 18 when they were kind of bickering, going back and forth. And
Mhm.
Spencer came up with that idea for them to join. I think it was like a dance or something that they joined, and and
Yeah.
yeah, that was good team bonding, and they wanted to start doing it when they saw the beautiful ladies that were doing it. They didn't want to do it until they saw them. So I
And
think
then
Coach, go ahead, go ahead.
I was about to say even with that too with Jordan with the little touchdown celebration at practice.
Oh yeah,
And it
that
was
was
that's
yeah.
the best like how even that brought them together. So
Yeah, because there was a lot of tension, so I think that was good. Have a little fun at practice, not be so serious. That was also good. Um, Probably the thing that I was not expecting on the show was Coach Baker passing. I still don't understand why he didn't try to get off that bus. So to give you a little backstory before I ask your take on it, they were on the way back from the combine,
mhm.
uh, and I think they had hit a rock or something like that. Their bus, or if I'm remembering this correctly,
Mhm.
and then Spencer and Coach Baker at the time were kind of not on the same page, because Coach Baker at first was going to go to GAU and be their coach.
Mhm.
Um, but Spencer and Jordan, they wanted Coach Kenny. And then Coach Baker, after Spencer had talked to him about how much it would hurt the guys at South Crenshaw, and Coach Baker was going to stay there and be, remain the coach at South Crenshaw and be the principal and all that. And he left Spencer a voicemail because he had called Spencer to tell him. And, that was really eating at Spencer later on in the season about how he never got to hash things out with Coach Baker before he passed. So, um, what were your thoughts on this shocker having Coach Baker basically killed off the show?
Bro, that threw me all off. Like I was not expecting that at all. Like I was expecting that at all. And then too, like you said, like he was getting ready to do like so much though. With like staying back in South Crenshaw and like letting Jordan and Spencer kind of spread their wings and like instead of being their coach, but like being a father, like a father figure to him.
Mhm.
So like I said, he was getting ready to do so much, and then like when that episode, I'm not gonna lie, when that episode happened, like when it ended, I look, wanted to stop watching the show because it didn't really make sense. But I'm like, how you gonna kill one of the main characters like that and
Yeah.
just throw it off? So it was just like super surprising, bro. Like just super surprising.
Yeah, because it didn't make much sense to me. I forgot what was happening that night. But I remember somebody was saying, "Oh no, not Coach Baker," and I'm like, "What is happening to Coach Baker?" So I watched it the next day, and I'm like, "Bruh, they did not just kill Coach Baker off this show." Because, like you said, he's one of the main characters. He's one of the main reasons I watch, and the show really isn't the same without him. So I really can't believe that they would take such a big part of the show away from the show like that. And after that, like for 3 or 4 episodes, they did a grief episode for Jordan, Spencer, Olivia. So it was really sad for that for a while, and I just didn't really like it because it was turning really depressing and really sad. And Spencer was really he was struggling with his emotions, from Coach Baker passing, and
Yeah,
like I think what really like snapped him out of it was when he scared his little brother Dylan, and his little brother didn't even want to be around him because he had punched a wall at the beach house, and so I think it's important, like when you're going through something like that, that was good to show people that it's not good to bottle that up. You should talk to somebody. Um, so I just really hate that they did that, but I'm excited to see, what South Crenshaw is going to look like now without Coach Baker, and Jordan and Spencer. What's it going to be like for them taking the field next season without Coach Baker on, watching their games? So that's going to be interesting to see. So now we're going to talk about the crazy season finale. So much happened in this episode.
hmm
In the beginning they had the like ring, investigation.
yeah.
Uh JJ had found the ring, I think he said in the cabinet or somewhere like that.
Like near the refrigerator or something. I
Yeah,
don't
it was
remember.
something like that. And I knew it was Jordan because the way he kept getting so sensitive and emotional about the ring, I knew it had to be him because, like, whenever Layla would bring it up to him, he would get all defensive and stuff like that. So that's how I knew it was him. Um, and then, Spencer had a nice day planned for Olivia because she was going to England for the summer. So I'll let you jump in here. What were your thoughts on this crazy season finale where so much happened?
Yeah, like you said, it was just like a lot going on, bro. So like with season five in general, for real, like I was kind of like iffy about it. So, like I felt like there were some good episodes and like some episodes that were just annoying, kind of like the season in general. But I feel like the season finale was like a really good way to go out, though. Like it really talked about the importance of like being honest about your feelings, bro. Like just not holding on because like we saw with Coach Baker, like your whole life can change in an instant.
Yes.
So it just really talked like I feel like their message in that was just like, all right, but like if you want to do something, do it. If you want to say something to say something to somebody, say it. Like if you want to go somewhere, go. You feel me? So I really like how they showed that in that last episode. And I felt like it was a great way to kind of end that season for real.
Yeah, I love the episode. It's like so much happened in an episode. It's kind of like they needed 2 hours because it feel like they tried to cram everything into an hour, really.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm really excited that Spencer and Olivia they finally decided to get back together because,
yeah.
for the longest I felt like what took so long, because they had him dating that girl for a while who worked at the wedding shop, but I
Bro,
didn't, I did not, I did not like that at all.
she could
Um,
not at all, bro. Like, even if she did, she was trying to force it. Like, leave, get out the way, bro. Move.
Because when in the episode where Spencer finally had his breakthrough and he was starting to talk about how he felt and like and all that, um him and Olivia, they were about to have a conversation and then, bam, here she go popping up and then
Like, bro, what you doing here? Leave. Go back to the beach out there, bro. Please.
and then I guess the straw that broke the camel's back was, during the dance scene with Spencer and Olivia, they had that one-on-one,
Yeah,
dancing where it got really intense and stuff like that. And she was like, okay, yeah, I can tell something's going on here.
yeah.
So
Really that connection between Spencer and Olivia too during that dance.
yeah, you could tell that, they had unfinished business. And, the reason why Spencer had broke up with her was because her article, he didn't want her to feel like she had to choose between work and him. And, he did it, like he said, because he wanted her to be happy, because he could see how she was so happy when she was writing her articles and stuff like that. And it kind of felt like that they had lost their connection for a little bit when she was writing that article.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that develops in seasons, how that, looks once she comes back from London. And then, the ending, I wasn't really expecting that when somebody was knocking at the door, I thought it was Coop because,
I,
her and Spencer were saying that they need to tell their ladies how they feel about him. And at the end of season 4, I had went back and watched it, and Coop was telling Patience that she thought for where she was going in her life, she didn't need to go back to her past, and she thought she needed to start over fresh, and stuff like that, because they were about to rekindle and go on to like a 3-day little trip or whatever, and then Coop kind of shut that down or whatever at the end of season 4. So when Patience stalker Miko came to the house and stabbed her, I was like, Patience, why did you pull that knife out? Um, so I hope Patience survives because she's another one of those characters I don't want to see killed off the show.
yeah.
Um,
Do you think this is still like so? Apparently, all
hmm,
of this is like a true story. Like, I don't think all of this happened though, bro. I think they just kind of
yeah, I
like,
don't see how I don't see all this being true. Some of it I can see, but not
yeah,
not all this drama and stuff like this. I
yeah.
don't see. Um, so that kind of leads into our final topic is what do we think will happen in season 6? So for me, I can kind of see it like that episode when we did a podcast 2 years ago. We did season 3 last time you were on, and Coop had got shot in season 3, and
Mhm.
it seemed like the odd seasons, somebody always gets shot in the season finale, or somebody, gets stabbed, or something crazy happens,
Yeah,
and you're sitting there wondering what's going to happen for a couple months. So I could see her like going to the house and to tell Patience how she feels, and she walks in, and Patience is just there, bleeding out, and I could see
yeah.
them like rushing her to the hospital or something like that. So what are some other things you think we can look forward to in season 6?
Um, I feel like Olivia will be back from her like 3 month thing in London
Hmm.
and like kind of like talking with Spencer again. Like you said though, with Patience, first of all, I don't think they're gonna kill her. I don't think they'll like kill her
Hmm.
off like the season. I
Sure,
don't think
yeah,
they.
sure.
But like you said, like I feel like Coop would definitely like walk in or like see like the door is cracked or something like that, and like peek in and see Patience on the ground, and like I think Patience gonna be like on the verge of death, and like they'll get her to the hospital, and like she end up surviving. I feel like that's just something that they'd like be cliche and do. But um, I'm interested to see though, because I'm pretty sure the Bakers, I'm pretty sure they had cameras up, so I'm interested to see what's gonna happen with Miko though, because they
Me
got a
too.
restraint.
Oh
So
yeah. Ooh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they got a restraint on her. So I want like that's gonna be really interesting to see like what happens to her when they find out that it was her though.
Yeah, cause like I'm wondering why Patience went back to the house by herself, like knowing that you got this crazy stalker out here who, like,
Right.
what make Miko probably went off like that and stabbed her is, how Patience, she was having that IG live, and then Miko made like another page, and
Mhm.
Patience just went off on her and was telling people to blow up her DMs and stuff like that and say hateful stuff. So Miko probably was embarrassed and was like, "Okay, I got something for you." And I'm intrigued to see the football teams. You got Coastal,
Mhm.
um, and I'm excited to see what GAU is going to look like because it looks like they're going to be pretty bad next year.
Yeah.
Uh, because with the scandal and all that, and JJ, how he's going to take a mental break from football to kind of get himself together. Because during season 5, like he was partying way too hard, and that's what made Asher, go get Jabari from South Crenshaw, who played JJ's position, because JJ was not taking football seriously. He was kind of taking the scholarship for granted and thinking, he could just do whatever, and that's why they moved on from him. So I'm intrigued to see how that looks, and I'm intrigued to see what kind of article Olivia writes next, because she got an award for the bounty scandal article. So I'm really intrigued to kind of see what she writes next. And hopefully it doesn't cause no tension between her and Spencer or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel like the football team is gonna be really bad, but like you said, like they had to when they went and recruited the two like old high school dudes, bro. I was like, okay, yeah, that's bad. Season is just going downhill from there, bro. Like it's
Yeah,
just it's so unrealistic. It's like hard to watch at times, but it's like I'm already too like invested in the series that
exactly.
I can't not finish, and I've come too far, bro.
Yeah, because like at first they were struggling. Like the tackle, boy, he was getting, they was blowing by him.
Bro,
So yeah, like the football scenes, some of them just aren't realistic. Like Spencer, they be making him look like he can't get tackled or something like that. It's crazy, these football scenes.
yeah, the show is just like I said. It's some good episodes. Like for example, I feel like Spencer's grief. I feel like that was very realistic, and I feel like that those episodes were good because that's what happens in real life, bro. Especially with like African American males because they try to make it seem like you're weak if you kind of show emotion or stuff like that. So with
Hmm.
him, and then his background, he's always been the strong one, the one that people can depend on, the one that like doesn't really show emotion but is always there for everybody. So it fit. But it was kind of annoying because I'm like, bro, like you have that grief to deal with, so deal with it. But it's also, like I said, realistic because that's how it is. That's how it is in life, bro. Like people know they have grief to deal with, but they avoid it, and that's actually one of the stages. So that was that. Like I said, some parts are really realistic like that, and the other parts are just like not realistic at all. And you're just like, okay, bro, it's obvious y'all are just coming up with stuff at this point.
Most definitely, and I think that's very big, especially among African American males, like you said. We think it's good to just ball it in and it'll go away by not talking about it, but it doesn't do nothing. But like you saw with Spencer, eventually you're gonna explode and you're gonna hurt somebody that you love, like he did. So if you're going through something, make sure you talk to somebody, because uh holding it in is not gonna do anything good. Did you have a favorite episode during season 5?
I'll probably say it was either the one where Spencer finally dealt with his grief,
Hmm.
because it was like, all right, bro, finally, like now we can kind of see that process. Or the season finale, because I remember too the season finale, I was watching it and I was on the phone with my girlfriend.
Hmm.
And I was like, bro, everything is just going too good. I was like, something's gonna happen. I was like, some BS.
Exactly.
I kept telling her, she's like, what? I was like, bro, I was like, babe, some BS is gonna happen. I know it is. Everything is going too good. Like everything is going on. Everybody is playing. I was like, I was like, there's no way that they end this season without something happening. She was like, okay, and I just kept watching it. And then too, once Olivia left and it went to patience, like I knew, okay, I was like, the episode is finna end, and like you said, I thought it was Coop. So I was like, okay,
Exactly.
cool, like Coop finna tell her how she feel. I was like, so maybe not. And when I saw Miko, I was like, yep, like I said, some BS gonna happen. And then when she stabbed her, I lost it. I lost it. I was like, bro, I knew it was too good to be true. So I'll probably say either the one with Spencer dealt with his grief or the season finale for sure.
Those were two good ones. I definitely enjoyed both of those. One I think doesn't get talked about enough is episode one where they did a like a what you call it, like a cross episode with the All American Homecoming cast, and like Simone, she like realizes that Jordan is moving on to
Yeah.
Layla, and I hope they do another one of those episodes in season six because that was really good. And I was hoping like when they went to the ATL Bowl that they would have did something with the All American Homecoming cast, but they didn't. They just focused on the football game. So hopefully another crossover episode in season six because that was very good. I enjoyed episode one. Like they had the Christmas party,
Mhm.
and that was really good. I'm still waiting to hear if they're gonna renew season three of All American Homecoming because I
Yeah.
gotta find out who Simone's gonna pick.
I just I was just gonna ask you about that. I forgot they ended it like that too, but I was just gonna ask you about that. If I had to guess, I would probably say Damon, bro. Just how I
Yeah,
agree, I would probably say Damon.
yeah, because like when her and Jordan they took a visit to Brinkston, Damon was kind of flirting with her and stuff like that. So they do have the history. But the pitcher that transferred, they kind of got a nice little fling too. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. Hopefully, like I said, they renew it. I don't know what's taking so long because I enjoy it. I
Yeah.
like the 2 hours of All American. I don't know what the holdup is. But we have to see.
I
Where,
don't
where,
think they like that though, bro. They can't do that. There's no
bro,
way they can.
I would be so mad. But
Yeah, there's no end it like
but
that, bro.
but a new company bought CW, so with when you go under new ownership, they're gonna make all type of changes because they've canceled a bunch of CW shows and stuff like that. So hopefully we hear something about All American Homecoming soon. But like you said, they can't end it like that, bro. That'd be awful.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Like they can't just leave us on a cliffhanger like that for real.
Yeah, that would be. I'd be mad if they did that.
You think Asher will be as a dad?
Oh yeah, I think him and what's his Jamie. I think they're gonna be. I think he's gonna be good. I didn't like how his dad kind of was attacking his girl like that. I would have swung with him, bro. He was getting a little too
Yeah,
personal. I
yeah,
was
he was.
like, I don't know what he was thinking, but yeah, that it's like she was freaking out when she thought the ring was for her and stuff like
Yeah,
that. She went over to the baker's house and all that. But I wonder, like, if that's gonna be something we see in season six, are they gonna have an episode dedicated to them having their baby? And
mhm.
with his coaching schedule, is he gonna be able to give the baby his all? Because that's what his dad was concerned about. That was really one of the only things he was saying that made sense. The other stuff he was just throwing shots at
Right.
his girl. So I'm intrigued to see how that's going to work out. And also JJ, his mental health, I'm intrigued to see how that, tracks and stuff like that. Cause like he was until the guy at the party kind of like OD'd and stuff like that. That kind of scared him, and it kind of scared him straight almost. So
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see how that plays out. And Hoop, with her law career, intrigued to see how that works out. Because I
Hey,
know
that was. Oh,
Yeah, that would be dope. And Mrs. Baker, is she going to become a teacher at GAU? That's going to be, interesting to see because that teacher, she didn't really wasn't feeling the teacher. So,
yeah.
what were your thoughts on Preach losing his daughter Amina? What were your thoughts on that?
I don't. It's just tough because he's a great dude, bro, and he means well.
Exactly.
So like, I don't know, just kind of what he has to go through is like it definitely sucks. And like I said, it's even worse because of like you can tell he's really trying. So, but I don't know. Hopefully, like he can get to see her a lot. Hopefully, like it'll work out for him.
Because I don't think they pick back up on that this season.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued to see how that's gonna play out. Because Mrs. Baker, the lawyer that she had on the case, he forgot to get the paper to the judge, and that was big, in the case, and that's why his daughter got sent off. I forgot what the paper was, but it was an important paper. And Coop, they took off the case because she was too involved and too close to it, and You know,
Mhm.
I don't think she could have been her best because she was so close to it. So, like you said, Preach, he's really changed over throughout the seasons, and now he's a good dude. He's trying to have a positive impact on the males on the show. Jordan was going to him for advice and stuff like that. So, Preach is a good dude, like you said. He definitely doesn't deserve the stuff he goes through. So, I'm intrigued to see if they bring that back up in season 6 as well. So.
Did he now that I think about it, I thought he did get to keep his daughter because you remember he was at the little summer school thing and the two girls were fighting and like he broke up the fight and was I forgot what he said to him and like then it's like his I don't know if it was his mom like came around with Amina and was like realized
Oh yeah, oh yeah, okay, yeah,
so
yeah. That
oh yeah
because you know she could see that he had changed and he's not the same old Preach. So
and
um,
Cooper as well so that was dope that
yeah,
was her end.
yeah. So that's just really dope to see. So I can't wait for season 6. They said it's supposed to release in October, but with the writer's strike, that could kind of delay it. So hopefully they get that settled because I don't want to have to wait too much longer
Right.
for season 6. Right now I'm binge watching season 5 again.
I'm about
Uh,
to
yeah, because it's on Netflix and I'm on episode 7 or 8 right now, so I'll probably be done with it by the weekend. Because you know, just it was so good. You know, I may not like the when Coach Baker passes those episodes because it was sad, but overall it was a really good season. I really enjoyed it.
yeah yeah
So, bro, I want to thank you for joining the show, man. Hopefully it won't be 2 years again before we have a show together. We'll have to get you on maybe during football season or basketball season, and have you on again, man.
yeah I appreciate it bro appreciate you asking me to do it as well too man.
Oh yes, sir, no doubt. Take care, man.
Yeah, you too.